country. Yeah.
And you understand that?
And I'm experiencing it. So for instance, what we say is direct opposite of what I would do.
So you don't feel that this is probably not about Peter Obi, because any person that understands the Nigerian history from the Civil War to the post-Civil War would think that, imagine that we have not totally healed. And there are segments of this country that have not been fully integrated in terms of the politics of this country. Whether or not an Igbo man can become president of Nigeria, do you think that we have moved away from the Civil War syndrome and we have totally healed, such that an Igbo man like Peter Obi from Anambra State, an Onitsha man, would one day become an president?
Hello everyone. Welcome back to Peter's Studio, your home for balanced political analysis, breaking news, and in-depth discussions on the issues shaping Nigeria's future. Today, we're looking at a recent interview granted by the National Democratic Congress, NDC, presidential candidate for the 2027 election, Peter Obi, on Channels Television's Sunday Politics. In this interview, Peter Obi discussed a wide range of national issues, but one statement has attracted particular attention. He declared that if elected president, he would not divide Nigeria but unite it. Before we begin our analysis, I encourage you to watch the full interview for yourself. Listen to everything Peter Obi said in context, then come back and join us as we examine his statements objectively. At Peter's Studio, we believe informed citizens should hear directly from political leaders before forming conclusions.
So the victory president would commend it and that required to stabilize the know that you cannot return to the conflict. Those who are not in total conflict today, the ones who are know that we are going to also get from the difference. But the one who is not here, the one who is right on the wall, those who are not total conflict that way. I will try to let me try to let you to get what you want. This is life without thinking about it. Without thinking about it. Without thinking about it. But I said, and it's all. And we're going to see that that is exactly what I have offered. I will never divide. I will never. I will show love in every part of Nigeria and make sure if I want to do so that I'm going to do more everything.
I'd like to look at this camera because every Northerner that is watching that next smile will wonder whether or not they can trust that people man. What will you say to them like that? You, Peter Obi, can be trusted to come back to this president, and the lives, the destiny, and the politics of the northern man is still in your hands.
So, I'm saying to them, have an idea of what I'm doing. And you know that I'm back. I will walk with them, and I'll ensure that that was trying to desire, I will comment. And I'm sorry. So they have no more to give me the ball. How
One of the strongest messages Peter Obi delivered during the interview was that Nigeria's biggest challenge is not simply the economy or insecurity, but also national unity. He argued that Nigeria cannot move forward if citizens continue to define themselves primarily by ethnicity, religion, or the painful events of the past. According to him, while history should never be forgotten, it should not become a barrier to building a better future. Responding to concerns about whether some Nigerians, especially in the north, would trust an Igbo man as president, Peter Obi said Nigeria must not remain trapped by the divisions created after the Civil War. Instead, he called on Nigerians to embrace one another as equal citizens. He stated clearly that if elected president, he would govern every region fairly and ensure that no part of the country feels excluded. In his words, he wants every Nigerian child to grow up proud of being Nigerian rather than being identified first by tribe or religion. To support this point, Obi highlighted his visits over the years to many parts of Nigeria, including conflict-affected communities in Borno, Benue, Plateau, Katsina, Kaduna, Sokoto and other states. He explained that these visits were not political campaigns but humanitarian efforts to support displaced persons, schools and hospitals, demonstrating his commitment to all Nigerians regardless of ethnic or religious background. What does this mean? Peter Obi's message is built around the idea that national unity is essential for economic growth and security. His argument is that a country divided by suspicion and ethnic rivalry cannot reach its full potential. However, unity is easier to promise than to achieve. Many Nigerians will ask important questions. What practical policies will bring Nigerians together? How will his administration ensure fairness in appointments and resource allocation? How will he address long-standing grievances among different regions? What specific steps will he take to build trust across ethnic and religious lines? These are the questions many voters will expect to hear answered as the 2027 election approaches. Supporters of Peter Obi believe his record of traveling across the country and engaging communities beyond his home region demonstrates his commitment to national unity. On the other hand, critics argue that speeches alone are not enough. They say true unity must be reflected in government decisions, inclusive leadership, and equal opportunities for every Nigerian. Ultimately, it will be up to Nigerians to evaluate not only the promises made during campaigns but also the plans presented and, where applicable, the records of those seeking office. Conclusion: Peter Obi has made a bold promise that he will not divide Nigeria but unite it. Whether that vision can become reality is a question that only time, policies, and the judgment of Nigerian voters can answer. Now we'd like to hear from you. Do you believe Peter Obi can unite Nigeria if elected president in 2027? What practical steps do you think any Nigerian president should take to strengthen national unity? Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments below. If you enjoyed this balanced analysis, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Peter's Studio, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest political discussions and breaking news. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.